guys, Melissa here, and I'm really happy to be with you again today. So today I have a layout that I've made with my Jade kit. It's my second layout, and this week I'm using a cut file from Paper Issues. They have a whole lot of free cut files, and you just go over there, make an account, and you can download them. So this one, I can't remember the name, but it's pretty much a wreath of hearts, and I'm really loving wreaths at the moment, so I was really excited to use this one. And what I've got here for a background piece of paper is probably looks quite interesting to you. It's a piece that Brielle painted on while I was scrapbooking. I often give her a piece of cardstock and I give her some paints, and she loves pink, and she wanted to use up the rest of my gold that I had on this little palette, and she just went to town with the foam brush and did some painting. So rather than waste it, I sort of snuck it away from her once it was dry and decided to make a layout with it and using it as a background. So here I'm going through the papers in the kit, and I'm just choosing some that will work for backing that cut file. So I didn't want to use anything with large patterns on it, or that Kaisercraft pale speciality paper. So I'm starting with this text paper from Cocoa Vanilla, and I'm just showing you there that I'm using the inner piece as a template and I'm cutting around it, and then I will use my Tombow on the back of the cut file, put glue on it and stick it down. So I'm just showing you the first one in double speed, and I think I show you a few more and I will speed it up so that it's not too tedious for you to watch. So there I go, gluing it down. And once I'm finished with all of them, I leave the whole thing to dry for a while and then come back later on and finish off my page. So now we've sped it up. I'm using this black and white stripe. It's the B side of that text print. And there is a larger stripe, black and white stripe from Simple Stories, but I haven't used that one because it's too big. So that's the entire cut file filled. I did a lot of it off camera because it is the same process, and I used most of the papers in the kit, and I love how it looks. So now I have this photo of Brielle. I had to make sure I scrapped her on a background that she created. And what I love about the background is that it's quite random. She obviously doesn't think much. She's nearly 3, she just gets the brush and paints. Whereas if it were me doing it, I think I'd overthink it and I wouldn't get that beautiful random look. So here I am adding a white border to my photo. At first it was a 4x4, but then I cut it down, I think, to 3.5 by 3.5 because it was too big with that wreath. And at this point my intention was to put the photo in the middle of the wreath, but you'll see later on how I fiddle around and then change my mind. So I wanted another layer between the white and the background, and so this is that Kaisercraft piece. It's like a greeny pinky colour but quite pale with texture on it. It's really quite beautiful, and I just wanted a hint of it peeking out from behind my photo. So I am struggling a bit with the gold piece on this background, but I have to make it work because it's her art. I'm using some fun foam behind my photo, and I'm going to use double-sided tape as always, and I'm putting that between the photo and the doily like that. At this point I'm not sure where I'm going to put my photo cluster, but I just set it up with the double-sided tape. So I try having it on the right side, I try turning the wreath around. This was after not having it in the middle, this was the next plan. So at this point I'm thinking I'm doing that, so I'm going to glue that wreath down just with a whole lot of Tombow. I did consider popping it up on foam, but because I've already put foam on my photo, I decided to keep it flat. Just adding a bit more, and it sticks really well. The paint is not the paint that we got in the kit, because obviously when she was creating this I wasn't thinking, okay, I'm getting her to make a background. I just needed her to be occupied while I was doing a little bit of crafting. So now I've got the cut apart sheet and I'm cutting out this little, I guess it's a little banner piece that says "So Cute." And I love that it's black. It's a good contrast to the other colours that I've got going on, and I think it helps tie together the black in the black and white of the hearts. So just having another look at the piece that I used, cut apart from last week, and I found this card. I'm trying to see, it says, "Hello, you make me smile." And the story behind this picture is that we went shopping, I think it was last week, at a department kind of store called the Warehouse, and she always loves to grab a little trolley, and then whatever shopping I'm getting, and those are page protectors in that trolley, um, she will put it into the trolley. And the first time we did this, she went a bit full on, grabbing everything, wanting to play shopping, but just grabbing all sorts of things and putting them in. So I've had to kind of tell her, you can't just grab anything off the shelf. And then I said to her I want a photo, and she did this massive head tilt. It's her thing at the moment, is to pose with a head tilt. And so, pretty cute. Her ear is nearly on her shoulder, and it's just a really super cute photo. So it does make me smile, which is why that little card was perfect for the title. So using double-sided tape again, like I said, it's the best thing for me to stick the foam down, and just popping it under the layer and over the doily. So I'm now working out where to put that little "so cute," and I'm happy with it there. Now this is a piece of ribbon that came in the Nigella kit. It was holding the entire kit together, and I'd kept it, and I decided I wanted to tie a bow, so I tried tying it with my scissors, around my scissors, but of course that didn't work because then I had a loop, and so I just tied a knot and then tied the bow on the knot. So pretty happy with it working out. I wasn't sure at first how this would look, but I thought I could just have the bow on top of the wreath, and I'm sorry I'm off camera, but I will, here we go, pull it all down. And then I'm just going to adhere that with some glue dots. So I put one in the middle and then one on each of the bow sides, or whatever you call them. I don't know what you call them. You know what I mean. You could probably use hot glue or even liquid adhesive, but I find glue dots are the easiest thing to adhere things like bows. So I'm happy with how that's looking. Now I'm going through all the embellishments that come with the kit, and I've cut some of that out because I do take a bit to go through. I found this really cute little, it's kind of like a white shimmery plastic bow. Comes from the um, Pretty Little Pieces, one of the kits. I'm not sure which one it came from. And I've just adhered that with a glue dot as well. And just placing a few sequins now. This layout did not need a lot of embellishment because the hearts and the wreath are embellishment, and the background is pretty full on for me. So I didn't really want to overdo it. As always, I want my photo to be the main feature of the layout. So now I'm adding some of these pink rhinestones, and just in a couple of positions, and adding my journaling, and I found that this pen wrote really well over the top of the acrylic paint. So just just journaling what I've told you about what we were doing, how much she loves shopping. And then I had to go away, look at my phone and get the date. And that is my final layout. So I hope you enjoyed that process. If you're wanting to create a unique background, get your children involved. It really does add to the creativity, and I think it makes the page really special. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again next week.